I do want to talk about a word you used and a word that has been used very frequently to describe the 2022 map. That word is competitive. But the State Court of Appeals reportedly said this was supposed to just be a temporary fix. What do you make of that characterization that they're saying this was just interim, this wasn't supposed to be permanent?
Well, again, the Constitution is quite clear. You're not supposed to redraw the maps mid-decade. Okay, that's number one. Yeah. Also, the statute of limitations, by the way, had expired. So the lawsuit was brought. If that was what the remedy the governor sought, they should have brought it immediately, not after they found out the outcome of the election, how it would turn out in November of 2022. Look, the bottom line here is this is the Democrats' latest attempt to tilt the scale to give their candidates an advantage in next year's election. As I said, these were the most independent, fairly competitive maps we've seen in decades in New York. And just to show you that it even still favored the Democrats, even as because New York is a Democratic state. So in 20 out of 25 of the districts, Joe Biden had won by more than 4.5 points. So they're already Democrat-leaning districts. The reason why Republicans prevailed was because they've seen the destruction of the Democrats under one-party rule at the city level, at the state level, and at the federal level. And they wanted to see a balance restored, not just to New York, but to Washington. So we were able to win based on policy and debate a lot of these seats that were Democrat-leaning districts that Joe Biden had previously won.
I do want to talk about now Politico's reporting that did mention you, and I want to get your reaction to it. They wrote this about this specific issue. Quote, Democrats this time could draw lines to edge out some Republican incumbents to try to guarantee some pickups. The all GOP delegation on Long Island is probably sleeping less soundly tonight, as is Staten Island's Nicole Malliotakis. Are you sleeping less soundly at night knowing this news now after this ruling?
Look, this is not an attack on me personally. This is an attack on the constituents that I represent. This is an attack on the voters of New York State. I'll tell you why, for multiple reasons, right? They are trying to silence those voters who elected me and my colleagues to be their representative in Washington. And also, the voters said quite clearly in public referendum the last time in 2021 that they did not want the state legislature drawing these maps. They did not want political gerrymandering, which is unconstitutional now, thanks to the vote of the people from prior to that. So all I can say is that, look, representatives may come and may go. The people, though, at the end of the day, have the opportunity, and it should be that way, to choose their representative, not the other way around, where Albany politicians get to choose the constituency. And that was why last year we saw the court do something unbelievable when it said an independent master was going to redraw these lines because the Democrats in Albany have egregiously gerrymandered these districts. Now we're seeing that same court with the old switcheroo musical chairs that the governor played, saying that the maps have to go back to Albany to be redrawn. It's unbelievable. It is very corrupt. And so it is attack and a slap in the face of the voters of New York State who said they did not want it done this way.